The UFC lightweight division has a new champion, a new face of the division, and his name is Islam Makhachev. The Makhachev era has officially begun. Let that one sink in. And to do it against Charles Oliveira, and the irony to submit Charles Oliveira in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu submission, an arm triangle. I mean, let's get to that specifically later. But the fact that he did it against Charles Oliveira, and in Charles Oliveira, great champion. Technically he wasn't the champ going into this fight, but let's keep it real. He definitely was the champ. And to have that level of a finisher, it's really mighty impressive to see what Islam did. Technically we can go into the fight, but let's just think about the achievement that he has done. Islam, quietly strung together a winning streak. And you have to say, when you look at the caliber of individual that Charles has fought in the past, and Islam, get it, and I understand that Islam was on a winning streak. They're miles apart. And the resume is not nowhere near the same. And Islam was able to do what he did to Charles in a controlled manner and relatively seamlessly. I think, in the fight, really what dawned to me is the sort of clone, the Khabib 2.0. Can we is it disrespectful to call Islam Makhachev Khabib 2.0? Because I understand that the way that they grapple, the way that they wrestle is different, but man, you can squint and you can see definitely like the mold of fighter that he is. And imagine a younger version of Khabib. Imagine a version of Khabib with maybe more active submission skills, stronger, maybe, who knows? I've heard of tales in the gym that, that Islam is a more well-rounded fighter, but he's his own guy. And I think what really stood out is in basically a fight where everyone was interested to see the grappling and the sambo. It was the striking and it was the counter-striking from Islam that really got him into the dominant positions, in the finishing position, in the arm triangle effectively, and really compact and the hook effectively that, that was part of the fight-ending sequence that got him that arm triangle. Very compact. To me, it was almost reminiscent of the hook that Charles Oliveira hit Michael Chandler, like not swinging at it, just, would you call it textbook? I don't know. I'm not a striking coach. I'm not a striking sort of genius, but, perfect. Landed there and opportunistically he went down, got the arm triangle. But even if we look at round one, when, similar thing kind of occurred there, the trip, beautiful. Within the closed guard sort of sequences, it looked like Oliveira was comfortable, and he is comfortable. He's a jiu-jitsu practitioner at the highest sort of level, but it really did look like in most facets of the fight that Islam was under control. It was cool, calm, and under control. And there were areas, there were elements within the striking that Islam was being backed away. But again, he's just a formidable force. And to me, this sets the Islam era, which it looks like he's going to fight Volkanovski, which is, he has to go into that overwhelming favorite simply because of his fight style. I don't want to, glance past Volkanovski, but when we look back at the 155-pounder division, his style is so grapple-centric, so heavy, and he seems miles and miles ahead of these guys. Who's going to beat him? Dustin? Don't think so. Everyone has a puncher's chance. Michael Chandler? I'm not too sure. There's good enough narratives there to sell a fight from that perspective. Justin Gaethje? He's so grapple heavy, strong as well. That arm triangle, there was strength in that as well. And he finished him. So brutal. The Islam era is here, and Khabib and the whole team down there, they've got a live wire here because who knows how long this one's going to last.